Hi guys, how you doing? This is Madhvi and I'm back again with my monthly prediction video for December 2019. And this I mean I'm sure you noticed this is a lovely deck that I have bought based on the suggestion of one of my subscribers. Thank you so much for suggesting this particular deck. It's brilliant. I love it. I just love it. I'm in love with it. So naturally, I just decided I'm going to use this one for my reading today. So again, we're going to be doing general reading with the Lenormand, the Gilded Reverie Lenormand expanded edition. I'm going to use all the 44 cards. Then I'm going to do the romance and work part of the reading with this lovely This Might Hurt tarot deck. So that's how it's gonna be done. And just, as always, a quick suggestion: make sure you watch for your sun sign as well as your moon sign and your ascendant sign or rising sign. That way you'll get a when you kind of mix everything up, you will get a clearer picture, as much as possible a more personalized picture of what to expect in the following month, or in the month of December 2019. Okay, so now without any further ado, let's just get right into it. Hey guys, how you doing? This is Madhvi from TaroticallySpeaking.com, your tarot blogger, deck and book reviewer, and maker of these awesome videos on YouTube. I'm also a tarot card reader and mentor, and an author of this awesome book on tarot, which is available on Amazon, both paperback and Kindle, all over the world. Now, all of these links and more are in the description, so do check that out. And at the end of this video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more such awesome tarot videos. Alright, so now let's see what the cards have in store for December 2019 for all the earth signs, which are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. First up, of course, is Taurus. And Taurus, your general reading goes something like this: Star, Lady, and Rider. This is good. So stars is good fortune, good luck, all of that. There's also a destiny element involved. This is really good. This could also be internet, right? And stardom. And Lady is a woman, right? Now, since this is like a reading by and large generally for a bunch of people, so if you are a woman or identify as a woman, then this is you. But if you are a man or identify as a man, then this is the significant woman in your life. Okay. And then we have the Rider card, which is the good news, the bringer of good news. So there's some fortunate information or news related to this lady or related to you, that is coming to you. And this could be coming from the internet also, like an email. This could be coming, or you might be receiving some kind of, or this lady might be receiving some kind of recognition, and you are going to receive that news. So overall, Virgo, the general reading is saying that there's something really good, if either for you or for a lady in your life, and you're going to receive that news in this month of December, and it's really basically that's going to dominate everything in December for you. Now, in terms of relationships, let's see. Okay, you have Eight of Pentacles, which is a primarily work card, really. And then you have Ace of Cups reversed and the Hanged Man. So this is pretty interesting and intense, right? In the area of your relationships, you really need to put in some work. Why? Because there is, definitely a very emotional situation going on. With the Hanged Man again, you are in some sort of a stuck position or a stalemate or an impasse kind of a situation. There is some sort of emotional, lack that is being felt either by you or by your partner. And then with that, because of that, you there is a need for you to really put in the work, right? Although this is a primarily work card, but when it's showing up in your relationship arena, it could also be showing that maybe you're caught up in work and therefore unable to devote time to resolving these emotional issues, which again, you need to pay attention. Otherwise, you will always be caught in this kind of stalemate, stuck situation, which is not a good idea. So either this is definitely for those who are in a relationship. You need to put in the work to make sure that the emotional content of your relationship is replenished. This cup needs to be full or filling, right? And therefore, you will be able to deal with that stuck situation in your relationship. Or it could be that, because you're too focused on work, you're unable to emotionally be present in your relationship, thereby creating this situation. So you need to work on this. Now, if you're single, right, again, you can reinterpret these cards that way too. If you're single, you might find yourself in a situation where there is so much work, or or you need to really put in the work to be in a place where you are able to provide emotionally, should you get into a relationship, which is why right now you are in a stuck position, which is why you are unable to really move past that stuck point and get back into the dating game or whatever it is. So you need to be dealing with this Ace of Cups reversed, finding out where this cup got empty, how it got empty, and how you can turn it around and make it full again, or at least start filling it again. That is the work you need to put in. And if you're getting too caught up with work and not able to pay attention to these things, then maybe it's time that you find some time, right, to take care of these things. Otherwise, you will be stuck at this place forever. Not forever, ever, but like for a while, right? You don't want to be there, right? So, okay, let's come to work. You have Moon reversed, you have the Page of Wands, and you have the King of Swords. So this is a nice energy at work that you have. Finally, the confusion is clearing out. Finally, things are going to start making sense. Your intuitions are going to be kind of, on track. Whatever intuitions you had before related to different situations, you will discover that, okay, you were right about that. And therefore, literally the fog clears, the confusion is clear, and you are able to kind of show off your skills, your talents, your abilities in such a good way that your boss actually says, who is this person? This is very good, whatever it is that you have done. Or because of your happy-go-lucky sort of attitude, even your tough, unyielding boss says, let me see. In his way, in his or her way even, he's gonna be like, okay, you have a point, I'm listening. But see, he's the King of Swords, so you have to use logic, not passion, to get through to him. He will admire your passion. He will admire your passion for your work and whatever it is that you're doing. But ultimately, for whatever that you have to say to make sense to him, you have to give him 3 logical reasons. That's that's the thing. You have to give him a logical way, because that's how he will process it. So if you tell it to him in a language that he will understand, I think you'll go far. Okay, that's good. That seems interesting. So this was the reading for Taurus. Next up, we have Virgo. In Virgo, your general reading is tree, well, child. Okay, so tree is usually about health and family, okay, and steady growth. So well is the wishing well. So here you have your free will and law of attraction sort of energy coming in, and child is a new beginning or a small baby step, that kind of an energy. Putting it together, If you're looking at the health aspect, then if you have been keeping some sort of positive energy related to your health issues, then you will see some positives, small but positive movement forward. In terms of your family situation, if you have been keeping some sort of positive wishes or whatever things that you have been wishing for, you will actually see positive response, some new improvements, small scale improvements, but it's a good beginning. In terms of growth, right? It could be growth for your business, it could be growth for whatever it is that you have been sort of praying for, wishing for. You will again see slow, steady, and you will see that little first sprout of movement in a positive direction. Okay, so overall, again, things will be positive. There will be some signs of positive improvement, either in a health situation or in your family situation or in your growth situation. Another intuitive feeling that I'm getting looking at this is if some of you are looking or wanting to get pregnant, because this is a health card, this is the child, which could also just be an actual child, and then there's that wishing well. So if some of you have been sort of sitting and saying wishing or praying for a child, then it is a fortunate month or a good month to try. You will likely see some positive results there, but you have to really go all in. That wishing well basically says you have to put in your heart and your soul and your desire into this whole mix to make it, to manifest it, to make it happen, that sort of thing. Okay? Right. So let's look at the relationships story for December. For Virgo, you have Queen of Wands, nice, Seven of Cups, and Sun reversed. So in the relationships arena, right in the center is the Seven of Cups. So there's options. You will be looking at different ways in which you can take things forward. There's that Queen of Wands. She's kind of aggressive. She wants to she's a go-getter. She's someone who is very genuine, very devoted, very intuitive, very creative, all of that. And she's also a go-getter. She's like, okay, I want this, I'm gonna go after this. But then once she does that, she's like, oh, there are so many different ways this can go. There are so many different options for me to choose from or paths for me to take. So you're gonna have to decide from amongst available options which kind of fits in with your original sort of desire to go forward. And then you have the Sun card reversed. It doesn't matter if this card is reversed, it only takes away a little bit, but you will find yourself sort of exploring, whatever decision you take, you will move forward down that path. You'll still have some slight misgivings about the choice that you have made, but you will basically embark upon the adventure, albeit with a little few misgivings, but you'll still get on that, and it is very likely that you will see something really positive. All these sunflowers, right? So I would say if at all, I don't know, I'm just seeing these sunflowers, and so if at all any talisman or imagery is gonna help you kind of hang in there, I would say sunflowers are it for you this month. Let's come to the work part of the reading. For Virgo, you have Ace of Wands reversed, you have the Hermit also reversed. This is the Virgo card, by the way. And then you have the Knight of Swords also reversed. This is interesting to see all these things reversed, but not all reverse cards are bad. Okay. At work, you might find yourself pretty distracted and feeling a little down, not necessarily feeling as impassioned or as kind of ready to kind of go and say, yeah, let's do this. You won't necessarily have that kind of enthusiasm. But then Hermit, it's probably because you want to spend some time by yourself in contemplation, trying to figure things out, trying to make sense of things, all those experiences that you've had in your work environment thus far. However, you will be, there will be work keeping you crazy busy. So again, don't rush right into things. Again, this is where the Hermit is shining the light, I would say. Look at this Knight of Swords reversed. He's rushing right into a situation. again, he's going in the reverse there. It's like, okay, you will be caught, you will be literally not feeling very energetic at work. You'll want to spend time by yourself, but then the situation at work is getting chaotic, and you will be called upon because of your expertise to go look into the situation and resolve it. And you'll be like, okay, fine. And you'll just rush into it without really doing your research, without really understanding what's going on, without really, getting the feel of the situation. And you're going to probably end up crashing. You're going to end up in a bad way. So my advice here, because this has not happened yet, right? That's the point. Until it happens, it has not happened yet, which means you still have the ability to change it. That's why we look at the cards. They're kind of the signpost saying, hey, looks like there might be danger here. So, maybe you can go around it, or maybe you can find a way to fix it. Do what you need to do to find out more about the situation that you are heading into. Make sure that you have all the bases covered. Make sure you have all the knowledge. That's why the Hermit is there. Make sure you have all the knowledge that you need to fix it. And maybe you don't need to rush right in. Maybe because whatever the situation is, rushing into it is not going to maybe fix it. Maybe you need to take it slow. Whatever it is, find the right approach and the right knowledge. And with that, you will be able to succeed with that. This situation might actually be something you can handle and tackle. Otherwise, you're going to be in a pile of trouble. Okay? That's the nicest way I could put it. Watch out for this. All right? Okay, Virgo? This is your card. You're in your element here today, or rather the month of December. So, okay? You still have the upper hand. Now, how are you going to use it? It's up to you. Got it? Okay. All right. So that was Virgo. Coming right up is Capricorn. So Capricorn, your general reading is cross, okay, clouds, coffin. You know what? Sometimes when you get negative cards like that, but in a certain pattern, the way they've showed up, like they've showed up today, it actually ends up being good. Let me explain. Cross is burdens, okay? Clouds are arguments and confusion, right? And coffin is the end, right? That's the end of it. So the burdens or issues which are creating confusion and arguments will finally come to an end. Ta-da! So these three so-called negative, it's not so-called, they are negative cards. In the Lenormand, it's pretty clear like that. These three negative cards paired up in this manner, I'm telling you, it's kind of, there will be issues, there will be arguments, there will be confusions, but ultimately they will get the end. They will end. Okay? So the point is, you will have to go through this first for you to come to this point. So for you to reach the end, you have to watch the whole entire movie, right? So it's going to be a rough period, but know that by the end of the month, or easily towards the end of the month, finally you'll be able to put to rest a lot of the issues, burdens, and confusions that are going to show up around you. Okay? Ooh, okay. Capricorn. It is December. It is, you're kind of entering Capricorn territory here. And, well, it happens. It happens. It happens. Okay. So let's look at the relationship arena. You have High Priestess. Lovers reversed. And Six of Wands reversed. Right? So, again, when we're talking relationships, usually we're talking either single people or people who are already in relationships, right? Now, for people who are already in relationships, this Lovers reverse doesn't necessarily sound very favorable. What it tells me though, that there might be some disconnect between you and your partner. I'm not necessarily going to say, oh, y'all will break up, but maybe some of y'all will. There's that Six of Wands reverse, so there is no success, there is no victory, there is nobody's the winner here in that argument, in that disconnect that you have. And with this High Priestess here sitting and just, kind of waiting and watching, this is going to be a very, the disconnect is going to be a result of some really important ideological differences, or differences in the way you approach things, see things, feel things. So this is not some negligible difference, okay? And literally both of y'all will realize there's nobody's the winner in this situation, in this argument. Right? So some of y'all might decide to part ways completely. Some of y'all might decide to, live with that argument. It's, put an end to the whole issue and say, okay, fine, this exists, and just keep going forward. And, so it's up to you individually how you relate with each other. But literally, there are going to be, you will discover that between the two of you, you have some really crucial differences of opinion, differences on seeing things and understanding things. And the argument will literally go nowhere, because, nobody's the winner in this situation. It's just how two different people see things. Okay. Now, coming to the single people, right? The High Priestess, Lovers reverse, Six of Wands reverse. I think that right now, in the month of December, dating might not be a good idea for you. If you're single, hang in there, spend some time by yourself, do read, study, learn, or do whatever it is that you like to do. Indulge your solitary sort of whims, and enjoy by yourself. Because should you go out there and go out on a date, or meet someone, or end up hanging out with someone, you might find that, again, you don't necessarily see eye to eye, and things aren't going so well. You'll meet idiots. So maybe this is not a fortunate month in terms of dating and relationships in general. Capricorn, this is rough. Okay, but you know what, if you look at the general energy also, it's like, you're going to go through this rough period only to have it all wrap up and end by the end of it. So the rough period ends, and whatever's negative also ends with it. So if it's ending right now, I would say take it as a sign which says, you know what, it's not good for me, it's ending. That's how it is. Fine. Accept it. So work. Let's see. We have Judgment. We have Two of Swords. And we have Seven of Wands reversed. Okay. So thankfully something halfway decent is going on at work. So not everything is lost. Judgment says, okay, finally a breakthrough, a long cycle of figuring something out, or a long cycle of deciding something, or a long karmic cycle of, some sort of waiting, and something, a cycle of struggle really comes to an end. Finally, there is the answer that you seek. But then again, that answer, this isn't where the story ends, right? You have Two of Swords right after that, which again tells, brings you to at a crossroads. So once you have finally the resolution, or the solution, or the decision, or the judgment that you have been looking for, then you are faced with a choice. You'll be like, okay, what do I do next? What should I, now that I have all these answers, how do I take things forward? Listen to your intuition, because the more the more you're going to sort of defer it or push it away, regardless, I would say, if I look at the Seven of Wands here, what I feel is you're going to feel the pressure, right? Whether you take the decision now, or whether you push it away and say, okay, I'll decide later, you're going to start feeling the pressure coming at you from all sides. Now that you finally come out of that particular long tunnel of struggle and all of that, now that you have the answers, now that you have the way to take things forward, you faced with your choice, and you will be surrounded by a lot of pressure to take a particular decision or even any particular decision, so that you can take this knowledge, take this wisdom, and move forward. So it's going to be rough. So what I would suggest is, and this is something that I've always, there's a technique that I've always sort of used, right? Every time when, especially it comes in handy when I'm thinking about things or planning things. It's like whatever the situation is, it can say end up two ways. You could, it goes your way, it doesn't go your way. So what will you do if it goes your way? And what will you do if it doesn't go your way? Right? So there's always that sort of, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no at every sort of decision tree thing that happens. So I would say, think about all the long standing struggles that you are currently facing at work, and think about what you will do if it gets resolved, if it doesn't get resolved. If it does get resolved, what will you do? If it doesn't get resolved, what will you do? The point I'm trying to say is, look at all the different options and plan ahead for each of those options in either direction, right? So, like a decision tree that keeps on building on itself, so that you don't let this pressure get to you, and so that when you do receive that solution, that ending to that long standing struggle finally comes to you, you know what to do next. You don't remain stuck in this pressure cooker situation. Got that? Okay. All right. So this was Capricorn for the month of December 2019. So this was how December 2019 will look like for you guys. So if it resonated, please put your likes, put your comments down below the video. Where there's a thumbs up sign, you can click that thumbs up sign, or where there's a comment section, if you want to say something, share something, please be sure to tell me what you feel, what you think, if it resonated, all of that. And it's brilliant to hear your thoughts, your comments, and all of it. And please share this video with your friends, with your people on your social media, and so that even they can get to enjoy this lovely insight. And spread the word. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, right? So that way, and press the bell icon, so you will get notifications the moment my videos are up and out. So yep, I will see you again in my next video. Until then, stay good, be good, and play with your cards. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Please give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, where I post my card a day readings every day. You can also order a reading for yourself, or you can learn how to read tarot from me, of course. All of these links are in the description, so check that out. I will see you again in my next video. Until then, stay good, be good, and play with your cards. Bye now.